it can be to keep one foot in the wheel. Yeah.
Bhí mé héin agus colm ag seanam le na lads a cíle, like bhí mu ag seanam ar Sráid Grafton an Loch Lia le fada agus bhí like roinnt Wadaoine an, you know, bhí Glen ag seanam le Mick Christopher agus Mark Dignam agus daoine seo agus tháinig muid ar a chéile agus muid ag seanam ar an Sráid agus de réir a chéile, you know, thosaí mar ag seanam le chéile.
I left school when I was 13, started busking the same week. I'm from Ballymun and I'd never been on the south side of the city before, and I came over and Keela were among the first people that I came in contact with, a really nice bunch of lads. They were playing trad music, which then got me into playing trad music as well. Because I was playing mainly Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Leonard Cohen, you know, some of my own songs. And then we all just sort of became mates, and we would all busk together, and at the end of the day we'd empty the guitar case out on the ground and we'd count out the money and divvy it out among 20 people maybe. Go get some tea and some chips or whatever. And that's I suppose is the training. That's the basic training.
Nuair chuaigh Glen chun like record deal all bhí hastig Waaay, you know, ban a bheith timpeall air agus, you know, na ceoltarí ar out aithne aige air bhí like, you know, mé héin agus colm agus daoine mar sin de agus as sin a dul sé ri.
I really admire people who can talk about getting up early in the morning, putting on the coffee, sitting at a desk and, you know, writing. I really admire that. It's something that I'll never be able to do. And it's something that I'm not really sure I ever want to be able to do. For me, songs are just residue. They're just snatches of a, you know, if you happen to be of the presence of mind to pick up a pen while you're thinking, then you'll get a song, you know. But for me, it's often the case where I'll open my mouth and something will come out and I'll think, oh, that sounded really nice or whatever. And then often the meaning is attached much later, you know. And I prefer to work on things that way because it's much more, when I pick up a pen and I try to write, I become an idiot. I become a real snob, and I'm thinking, how does this run? Does this make me look intelligent or whatever? And I find that whenever I've written a song with a pen, you can hear it. It's a song that I never usually sing for very long. Whereas when I've written a song that just came out of my mouth, those are the songs that continue to evolve.
I will write you letters that explain the way I'm thinking now. I will return to you what I have taken long before. I will return again when it gets dark and day is done, and lay me down in the hollow ground, down by your side I will stay. So lay me down.
Lay Me Down for me was, I was trying to write a working man song. That the idea of working hard, coming home to your girl and sitting down, you know, having your dinner, turning on the telly and just being with someone you love, that's a very simple existence. And in a way, sometimes I feel that is something I've missed out on, because my life is about, you know, traveling and being in different towns and being with friends and being with, you know, my girlfriend and being with people that I love, absolutely, but in a different kind of way. It's more like snatches of moments that you get with people. And I tried to write a song about a guy who works hard and his only real ambition is to love his girlfriend and to be buried beside her, you know, and to the idea of a person living completely within a community, you know, that, you know, I'll be buried in the same hole as my dad, you know, and hopefully you'll be in there with me, you know, that, like, it's very, very simple, and it's not meant in any morbid way. It's just like, ultimately my best declaration of love to you will be that I would be gladly put in the same hole.
From the slippery hands to the line of your throat, the fever now consumes us both. In fire now we will go. And Santa Maria, why did you have to go?
Dini different with the stars and the orange and our seal gadisha. So shirt it on a couple of and I really shocked us banna one and shinam kinal sort kind of cowl na banna gasser really. Ag need a galasach is kinal adeltridge process foluma.
Any kid's ambition is to make an album. You know, that's their first ambition, you know, as a musician, to make a record. We made that in 1991. The problem with that record was it was a major label, and the album ended up being a lesser record than it could have been because we allowed ourselves to be dominated and to be pushed.
What have we left? Because it's all that we've got. There'll be no extra.
We made our next record independently, and we were very proud of it, very happy to have done it. It was like paid for by ourselves, by friends, you know, it was all very, very, very simple. And then another major came along, said, we love this record, you know, let's put it out. And we were like, brilliant. And they were like, well, let's put it out, but let's take it apart, put it back together, and because it just needs to be, you know, the sonics need to be boosted up, everything needs to be just a little bit, you know, cleaner and brasher for a bit wider market or whatever.
One day you'll learn.
And we were fooled by the idea that a major could come in and make it a better record. And after a long time in a job that you can't stand, and after a long time in a relationship you can't stand, your body starts to tell you things. And I remember thinking that there's something not right about the fact that I don't want to get up in the morning. There's something not right about the fact that I can't stand the people within the record label. And there's something wrong with the fact that I've got no enthusiasm for music, because that was my first love, and you know, and so it all culminated in a conversation with the head of the record company, ZTT, where you know, I went and spoke to him and I said, please let us go. If you don't, we're going to get sick, and it's not a good relationship. And he saw sense in it, which brings us to For the Birds, which is an album I think we made almost in reaction to what had gone before.
For husband to been to bra goni ar gonna kinjela go moonlach shits and fisha target agus sin serious moo le guards le couple of blian na ga Facebook wulan and tishkin chegas on go chicken much kechi ibrian and technology agus go will wadness mu cook in ohiv canal and fish our fish fein a wound lugs a pro.
Too much on Kearney For the Birds yen of Glen Hain, you know, but war and Rud do a nation yen of like agus fishi Jack or Nero ein arigad agwin agus, you know, ein like Nero of clue agwin kind of around what kind of yen of agus, you know, Thomas should just co-sauce to it.
you have to burn. Santa Maria, one day you will learn.
We had an audience that wasn't necessarily our true audience at the time. So making For the Birds was almost like a conscious decision to whittle down anybody who wasn't interested in the frames really and getting to the core audience. And that was a very important move, and I think that's what we did with this record, and it's been really, touch wood, it's been a real surprise, People have been really amazing.
Leis an tafada agus an shenam like tá an bana salor agus is brála me sin agus tháinig muid amach le ceirnín agus we kind of told you so agus is ionintach an mothúchána sin.
Tá faoi sé baringe gur tháinig muid as ag gona saoirse agus an neamhspleachas agin a ríist. So cíonnta sin nach muid searab.
Dave, when are you heading off now?
On Sunday.
Sunday,
So
for
a few days time for 2.5 months.
And where are you heading?
First of all, we're going to England, onto Vienna, and from Vienna onto Czech Republic, and then back to the States for a tour, East Coast first and then the West Coast, finishing in Texas.
Nice.
So,
It's hard for an average person to get out of bed and go away to work all day and leave all that's behind. How are you going to cope?
Not very well, I don't think. It's really difficult. It's like, I suppose, a lighthouse man in the old days, or an oil rigger where they go out for a few months at a time and they come back for a few months at a time. The only good thing is that I suppose when I am home, normally I'm home for a good bit and help about the house during the day and stuff. Act that.
We're going to go away on holiday. You get back.
Yeah, we're going to have a big holiday when I come back.
You mean these are going on holiday and you're
yeah.
because you've just been your holiday.
Well, that's what it'd be like, I suppose. I mean, we all pretend that it's hard work, rock and roll, but especially when you're going to places like Texas and the west coast of America, you can only have a good time, really.
You head up.
So it's
You've got good patience, my dear, to sit at home and wait for him.
Absolute star.
I do. I have no choice. I'm happy.
Couldn't do it without you. And here's the bundle of joy.
Yeah.
Hiya, Dan.
The man himself. He's an angel.
Yeah, full of milk.
We're going to try and get the video email set up so that we can sort of keep in touch that way while we're away.
Yeah.
Send a bit of footage, yeah. Into my chef. Is gaan te goed de hele en zo lang toilet together.
Sinna darf agus sinna ruí.
And well mahu defriúil a gáil leis an déich an ceol test an ceol deisianta agus an ceol rock ma heglum sin na horte.
Well, like kills the frames. Ní dá an bhúteach a different than a bar, but no, from heap go hard ag a buinte with the frames ag an an ish go bhfuil cinál stréis gail ggurcail lehan agus teacht arás go buinte ar husmid agus sin puinte cinál gur ceol dúchasach as an tuber inspiraid a céan a hairning with isce as with that. So planksty agus baki band biniad na leichra bhí aginge aber a gélan ar husmid agus siad na leichra céan na fáte.
Well, ma tá cóisiir a bhí dí agad trú a má seo tuaigí cóí dúis. Ar bus go le hens runear choú?
Mus chun for Strathspey an Albin hinnim agus let's see.
Walk in the fold, huh?
Yeah. Walking over the fold.
Walking over the fold.
so I know what's going on in your mind. Yeah, star, star, teach me how to shine. Teach me so I know what's going on in your mind. Yeah, star, star, teach me how to shine, shine. Teach me so.
You know, people say to us, would you not like to be a successful band? You know, would you not like the fame, fortune? And I have to disagree and say that I think we're a very successful band. I'm eating well. I'm living a good life. I've got good friends. There's an audience we've got patrons, if you like. So as far as I'm concerned, being able to live off music is an absolute pleasure.
Since we started filming this series, 3 months ago or so, you've lost a good friend of yours, Mick Christopher, who wasn't only just a loss to you, but also to music as a whole, because he was a brilliant musician. How do you feel that affected you?
It's a really hard one to talk about, to be honest, because it's just I'm so close to it, you know. It's like there's a big Mick-shaped hole right beside me, and I can't and will never fill it. And I sort of feel like there's a choice somehow, and the choice is that you can fall on your knees and fall apart, which you have to do for a certain amount of time anyway. Or you can stand strong and say, look, my friend is gone, but his energy goes completely. His energy has never stopped. It goes straight on, and I take that energy and I make it, and I take it on board, and I use it, and I keep on charging his horse. You know, we're still playing his music. We're It's like the only thing I feel like we need to be doing right now is keeping his music alive and keeping him alive through us, because he's our friend, and that's what you have to do with your friends. That's what you do with your friends. You keep their spirit alive, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But I have to say, even saying this now, you could interview me in 2 weeks and I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, I'm just sort of dealing with it every day, every minute.
You grew up with him, didn't you? He was one of the buskers.
Excuse me, mate. Like, I met him when I was 14. I was because I'd gone out and started busking, and when I left school one day and started busking the next day. And within about 4 or 5 months of busking, I remember this guy coming up a couple of times, and he was a pretty cool looking dude. And I remember kind of thinking, wow, he's a real head, you know. And he was watching me play, and I got chatting to him, and then that basically started a long-term friendship. And then in the last couple of years, we've just been. You know, we've been inseparable, you know. It's just, I can't even, it's like it doesn't make any sense, you know. It's odd, it just seemed like, but you know, having said that, you know, the tragedy is ours, because Mick went out smiling, you know. The gig, the night he fell over, he'd sold more CDs than he'd sold on the whole tour. He'd had the best gig of the tour. He'd gone out celebrating, you know, and was smiling, laughing his head off, you know. And slipped down a few steps, and that was the end of it. You know, that's kind of. The rest of us are sitting here going, "Oh my God, like what are we going to do?" But Mick sort of went out on this amazing sort of high in his life.
Star, star, teach me how to shine, shine. Teach me so I know what's going on in your mind. Oh, 2 little boys had 2 little toys. Each had a wooden horse. Gaily they played each summer's day. Warriors both, of course. Then one little chap, he had on his hat, broke off his horse's head, cried for his toy, then cried for joy, as his young playmate said, "Did you think I would leave you crying when there's room on my horse for 2? Climb up, Jack, we'll be flying. We can go just as fast with two. When we go up, we'll be soldiers, and our horses will not be toys. And I wonder, will we remember when we were two little boys? The situation's killing me. It's got me right under the thumb. I don't know where I wanna be. Well, this doesn't make no sense at all. You quoted every single line. I spoke too much, but I was old before my time. You told me, you see, I want my life to make more sense. I want my life to make amends. I want my life to make more sense for me.
I see great success. I'm trying to be modest about it, but I'm really confident. I think it's a band that it's been on the road for 11 years, and the growth has been really, really slowly on the rise. And I think because of that, it's got a really sure sort of foundation.
Fight or walk away, I'm walking, you see, I want my life to make more sense. I want my life to make amends. I want my life to make more sense. You got it, the feeling, I've had it, I'm leaving. The hours I've waited have turned out addicted. The knowing, the feeling, the lack of you seeing. He knows, you got us, you got us. You see, I want my life to make more sense. I want my life to make more sense to me.
Dwi heb an rud bunasach na go rud é an cheol a dhéanamid go maithintse muid ar level kind of crothíoch agus an rudtach a simúil na treis na círéiban agus na Paragontaí tríd na blianta agus na an brise crí agus nuair bhíon an ceol go maith in chuilear deile go maith gin an manna go maith.
So let me take you by the hand and lead you through this troubled night. You said yourself you had a plan to get us all back to the light. You talk about us every day, but you keep forgetting what it was. So can't you say now, don't you see, I want my life to make more sense. I want my life to make amends. I want my life to make more sense for me. My life to make amends. I want my life.
We're just a band, you know. We're just a band, and it's just music. And you know, the world is it's all about your mates, you know. It's all about your family and your friends and the love that goes between you and your mates. If you can be responsible to that, then the rest is fine. But like, career-wise, you know, all I want to do is make some good songs now. And if it goes well, brilliant. If it doesn't, I'm not, you know, right now I don't care. You know, it's weird. It's for the first time.
The knowing, the feeling, the lack of, you see it, you know us, you see it, I see you ready to.
Mi heb ag buinte sin nach dogan muid ro áí an mai tein agus is mór an fríse bheit sin.